Alright, so this is an updated guide on Chronoscope farming on a sorcerer. You could do this quite easily with the wizard as well. So this is how to farm some epic scrolls, and pretty much the goal of this guide, unlike the other one, is efficiency. Something that's really important when scroll farming is how many kills you can get per minute, per hour, whatever you want to call it. And that's pretty much the efficiency of your run. So my last run, I got I think around 50 kills, but it really wasn't that efficient. I ended up dying, and I wasn't being too careful. And overall, many people can go kill the first 10 in however long a period of time, but the goal is to try to get as many kills as you can, to be as efficient as you can, so that over a period of time you can get as many scrolls. And actually use your time well. So I've actually got a little stopwatch in the bottom left corner of the screen. I'm going to start it in a second here, and pretty much I'm just going to be going and explaining a couple of things that I do, how I kill things, how I crowd control, what I do, where I kill, and pretty much just the general overall how to scroll farm on Epic. Now I do understand that this guide is specifically tailored towards a wizard or a sorcerer. Definitely that's your best bet to scroll farm. You definitely want a high DC. I recommend at least 40 if you want to farm efficiently. You can farm with lower than that, but I don't know exactly how efficient your farm run is going to be. So definitely, around 40 if you're a sorcerer. You can go with 38, 39, 40, but you definitely want to be around there in order to get some kills pretty quickly. What else do I recommend? I recommend Yugoloth pots. Definitely bring those. Fire shield scrolls or the spell works fine. I am using Taken cookies because those give you +2 to your charisma. It's the same bonus as the store pots, but again, that's another +1 to your DCs. And then, of course, optimal gear, litany and all that stuff. Everything essentially to maximize your DCs, so that you're performing to the best capabilities that you can. So that's pretty much what I recommend bringing. Any spell clickies work. They work pretty well. Anything like that. And pretty much just make your character the best it can possibly be before you start scroll farming. If you want to go for maximum efficiency, of course you don't need to be the best to scroll farm, but if you want to go for a ton of kills per minute, a ton of kills in a period of time, you definitely want to make sure that you've got everything going, or you're going to end up dying, or you're going to end up failing a bunch of your spells and whatnot. So as soon as I start buffing, I'm going to start the timer because that's officially when the run starts. So I have my Bard here. It's a second account. I actually dual box this. My Bard gives me +1 to DCs and -10% to your spell point costs, and I definitely recommend that. It's definitely a step ahead of scroll farming, because that +1 to your DCs, it really makes a difference. -10% to your spell points, again, makes a difference, and plus you've got all the general Bard buffs, save some spell points, and really helps you out. So it's definitely a recommendation. If you want to go through the effort to level up a Bard to 20, go for it. Definitely helps out. I do not regret leveling up my Bard to 20 to do this. Yeah, I'm going to start buffing, and I'm going to start the timer, and this is officially when the run starts, and I'm going to be explaining what I do. So let's start. Okay, so I gave myself all the Bard buffs. I'm going to turn down the volume here because it's all distorted. Alright, so I gave myself the Bard buffs. Now I'm giving myself protection from evil. Very important that you give yourself that. I'm going to use a vial to get some spell points back. Use my Yugoloth pots. Make sure I have jump again. I'm going to start talking. Use my Taken cookie again for higher DCs. Equip my staff of the petitioner. And this is when I start crowd controlling. I'm going to put a disco ball right here. Make sure my DC is 40, which is what it should be. Put another disco ball here. Put another disco ball there. Turn down the volume a little. Alright, now I'm going to use my my helm clicky to reduce the spell point costs of my webs. Gonna put webs here, here, by the casters, and I'm actually going to put 2 by the divine. Alright, now I'm going to use another clicky on my vial, because the timing works out. Use my fire shield. Get ready. Make sure my dance is there. Now as soon as it appears, I'm going to dance it. Now it's danced. Gonna energy drain, finger. Kills that. Gonna dance this guy so he doesn't escape. This guy has a lower save, so you don't need the energy drain unless you roll a 1. Going to use my helm again. Make sure I'm getting healed. Whale over there. Now I'm going to slowly take out these guys here. Use my litany to save some spell points. Check my kills. Okay, I have 6. Actually didn't kill the caster here. Gonna make sure he dies. Very important, or he'll start casting fireballs and such. And my whale is almost off cooldown, so I can just use that whale. I'm gonna dance this guy. And I'm actually going to energy drain him many times. Gonna curse him if it works. Cursed, and I'm gonna try to hold him. Didn't work, unfortunately. Another energy drain, another hold. Okay, there it worked. So now I'm gonna dot him, and he should be held, and just cast some lightning spells, and he should die pretty quickly. And I'm gonna start using some of my spell restoring clickies. Epic Ring of Spell Storing. Not many people have that, but it's definitely an advantage. Talk to this guy. Enter the portal. Enter the tavern. So I do something a little bit differently here. I'm going to go through the dimension door, talk to the person, and then I'm actually going to take a dimension door back. And that's because I'm going to get my Bard Song again and some general buffs like haste. Use another Vile Blasphemy clicky. More spell points. Rehaste, re-rage, and all that stuff. And I'm actually going to use my Bauble. Didn't get too lucky with the spell points. Looks like I didn't get that much back from all 4 of those clickies. So we're at about 4 minutes here. Alright, so now I'm going to use Disco Ball, Web, make sure I've got Fire Shield up. Gonna hold these, and then I'm going to Crushing Despair, Whale. Got 2 of them. It's not that good. Sometimes it gets all 4 of them. You know, it's with a 40 save, it's kind of hit and miss. So I got those 4. Can use another Vile clicky. Now I head up here. Keep going, and then I head up here to kill all these archers. Gonna use the Helm clicky, and my combination, I do Energy Drain, Curse, and then Finger or PK, and it hits them just about all the time. I think if they roll a 1 or something, then it doesn't hit them, but very rare. And with the Helm clicky, it's really not too spell point consuming. Now here, there are usually Abishai. There could be anywhere from 0 to 3 or 4. It just depends on luck. See, there's one over there, and sometimes they gather up. So there's one left. Now keep your flame shield up. Kill any extra rangers that you see. Now when my helm is off, then I usually risk and not put up a curse, just because it uses a lot of spell points. Now that Acolyte's very important. You want to energy drain it and then finger it as quickly as possible. Because if you don't, then it'll immediately cast a Death Ward, and it makes it very annoying to kill, because you have to DPS it instead of insta-killing it. So now over here, I'm going to hold this guy over there, which didn't seem to hold those. Crushing Despair, Whale. So I've got a couple devils following me, that's fine. Just gonna kill these rangers now. So we have some Abishai. That's not good. You definitely don't want a bunch of Abishai on you. Just have to be careful, trying not to get hit by their spells. And get out of there. You don't want more than one Abishai on you, is definitely not good. Now check over here, there could be an Acolyte. Again, they cast Death Ward and makes them very annoying to kill. Now, I wasn't careful and I didn't use an energy drain. I generally try to use an energy drain when I can. Get a fire shield up if I can. Except I failed the con. So I'm running close out of spell points. Now there's a specific place that I try to take a dimension door. And that's because you can cluster up, cluster the devils. And it makes it pretty convenient. So I'm going to kill these if I can. Looks like I got one of them. I'm almost out of spell points though, which is not good. So this is where I tend to take a dimension door. I'm right over here because you don't come back here, so all those devils are just going to stay there. Now, I took a dimension door, and now I'm heading back to Shrine. It looks like I'm at 37 kills. Now, I can get anywhere from 35 to 50 kills before the first Shrine, and it just depends on your luck on how many spell points you get back from your clickies. Now, what's important, I'm going to go to this shrine up, go back to the center, rebuff and everything. I still have plenty of time left on my stat buffs, so I don't need to use those. And then I'm pretty much going to repeat. You just rinse and repeat that same place, except this time, because I have more spell points, I'll actually be able to go further and go to the bank to kill the respawns over there. So back to the center, going to start buffing again. Now, because I shrined, I have to use all my buffs again. Freedom of movement, greater heroism, haste, song, rage, displacement, all those things. Very important, most important buff, magic circle, protection from evil. It's very important because if you do not do that, the Abishai will greater command you, and that's essentially being held for 10 seconds, which is in 90% of cases, it's an instant death, because you're going to get held and the Abishai are just going to be casting spells at you and you're defenseless. So keep a fire shield up as much as you can. Keep a fire shield up. Reduces fire damage by 50%. So now I'm gonna go back here and kill these respawns again. And there shouldn't be many devils. There might be one straggler, but it makes it a lot easier to kill these. Now there could still be Abishai rounds. I don't kill the Abishai just because it's not convenient for spell points. Use another Helm Clicky. Helm Clickies save a lot of spell points. See, we have a Devil Straggler. You can always dance them or whatever. Oh no, we have an Abishai. This is usually where I die. If I do die, I die here. And it doesn't happen too often, but it's definitely something that you want to avoid. So it looks like we have a straggler, but it's, you know, better to keep yourself alive than to deal with one mob or something. So I decided to just keep going. We have another Abishai, which is going to be a problem. Probably end up dancing it. Just wait to take care of it for a few seconds. Get another fire shield up. Look for the Divine. Very important that you look for the Acolyte. So over here, energy drain it, finger it. Now sometimes you do have spells, they fail. You know, it's going to happen. Gather them up, whale. Kill the rangers, use another Helm Clicky. try to avoid the Abishai spells. You know, I could kill it, but it takes a lot of spell points. If there's two, that could be a problem. Looks like we don't have the Arcane anywhere. I mean, the Acolyte. Try to use Vile Clickies when you can, you know, sometimes you forget. It's not that big of a deal. I generally like to use one Clicky here. Got 400 spell points back, which is good. Now I think you need to rehaste and re-rage at some point around here. Going to hold those and wail again. Only got one of them. Got another Devil Straggler. Here we have that the Abishai that's still after me. Still avoid it, just keep going. And now at this point you've got a couple of arcanes, you could just pop up and finger them. Got some stealthers over there. Fingered that guy. Now you have these annoying ranger guys. Try to gather up as many things as you can for a whale. And I'll use another Clicky. I've got an Abishai on me, which, you know, hasn't happened to me before, really. Definitely make sure you have Fire Shield up, especially if you have Abishai on you, or you could get, you know, essentially one-shotted. Whoops. Meant to finger that guy over here. Wait for the finger cooldown. They have a pretty low fortitude save, so you don't even need to energy drain them. I lost my Clicky because I jumped on the ledge. Now I'll kill these guys. There's sometimes a couple of guys over here. Here it is. And now I'm going to head into the shrine. So I'm at 74 kills, 14 minutes. Oh crap. Okay, so some devils followed me into the tavern. This happens, you know, not too often, but it kind of sucks when it does.
But strangely, they do not attack. One of them sneers at you.
Gonna have to dance it and hope that it doesn't. They don't see me when I shrine. You know, sometimes they'll see me and they'll kill me, and that sucks. Nothing you can really do, it happens sometimes. Okay, good, I got away with it right before they got to me. Take another dimension door. Rebuff again. Now, it's been 15 minutes, so I have to use my potions again, my Yugoloth pots. And you repeat again. And you could do this another 1 or 2 times before you run out of spell points. So I have my 40 DC again. It's usually when I end up using my my potions again to get my DCs back. It's usually around the 15-minute marker there, sometimes a little less. You know, sometimes a little more. It depends. Back to these respawns here. Ah, that wasn't good.
The Devil's Barrier prevents you from entering the tent this way. If you want to go inside, you'll need to find another way in.
See, now we've got a lot of Abishai, it looks like, in that area. Always make sure you have protection from evil. I think I forgot. If you forget, you know, you're going to end up dying. It's happened to me many times.
inside, you'll need to find another way.
Crushing Despair, hold. I usually just hold as a convenience just so they don't run around the place. You don't have to hold them, but if you don't hold them, then before you wail, you know, sometimes they all split up and you only hit one of them with your wail. This is generally a pretty decent place to use a clicky if you can. Look for that acolyte again. Make sure that's the first one that you kill. Looks like I don't see it right now. Ah, there it is. Again, I just Crushing Despair and hold them because it's convenient and because I have a heightened clicky up, which makes it so it doesn't cost too many spell points, so you might as well. If I don't have the heightened clicky up from the Abbot Helm, then I generally, so he casts a Death Ward, and in that case, because we're so far along, I'll just dance it and move on. But if I don't have a heightened clicky up, then the Crushing Despair costs something like 60 spell points instead of 20, so I'll generally not use it. Get a Fire Shield up again. Another Vile clicky. Good place to use a heightened clicky.
If you want to go inside, you'll need to find another way.
And I'll just keep going. Same loop. And that place is not good. You don't want to aggro those guys or you'll get an alert. I could use a clicky here, I guess. Guess I could use my clickies while I'm waiting for my whale cooldown. Try to gather up these stealth enemies. So I've used my clickies now. I'm gonna head over here and try to gather them up. Use my last Titan clicky, Crushing Despair. And just try to gather up and wail as many as you can. Oh, Venom Cloak Scroll, alright. And now, back over here, kill these guys. And pretty much just make this loop again, except now we're running low on spell points. So, just wail these over here. Now at this point you're kind of just doing whatever. And I die over here. At this point, you know, you could just do whatever. Usually at this point, the respawns kind of are iffy because you can go back, but sometimes they don't respawn in time. That run was 112 kills. Usually I can get 120 to 140. Pretty much I have 1,400 spell points left. That's another, you know, 10 to 15 kills. I'll kill these guys over here, and then I'll loop back around. The respawns take a little bit longer, so sometimes you have to end up waiting. It looks like they're back here, but if you're a little bit quicker, you have to end up waiting, and it kind of sucks because you have devils on you and you're healing yourself. So that run, 20 minutes. It took exactly 20 minutes. I'm going to stop the timer here. And I got 112 kills. That's about, what is that? About 110 seconds, 100 seconds per 10 kills. That's about 10 seconds a kill, or about 1,000 seconds per scroll on average, because it's 1% chance, I believe. So yeah, that's pretty much it. It's pretty straightforward. It's pretty much just repeating the same cycle over and over. I'm gonna actually release over here. And yeah, just let me know if you have any questions. Please make sure to subscribe. I'm going to be doing more guides. Unfortunately, I am going to start TRing this guy again to get some more past lives, so I won't be doing much scroll farming in the near future, but I will be doing other things, other guides. check out the live stream. I'm going to be live streaming leveling up on my Artificer as well as my Sorcerer when I TR, and other things as well. And thanks everyone for watching. I hope this helps out when you do some chrono farming. You know, it's pretty cool. It's pretty quick. You know, it's a lot simpler than people think. You just need to remember, you know, the main thing when I first started chrono farming is I was so focused on trying not to die that I ended up dying so many times. But, you know, the thing is to just stay cool, kill whatever, and if you die, you die. You just heal up and get your ship buffs again, and then you just start over, and it doesn't really matter too much. It's just, it happens, and, you know, you have your good runs and your bad runs, and, you know, sometimes you go many runs without scrolls, and sometimes you get many scrolls in one run, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Now I'm just back in the portable hole, healing some spell points, and when I'm full on spell points, I'm just going to get ship buffs and start over again, and that's pretty much just Chrono Scroll farming. It's just that process over and over. And so this has been a Chronoscope scroll farming guide, efficient scroll farming guide for casters, specifically on a sorcerer. So thanks again, and I hope this helped out once again.